What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Anthony Joshua and Alexander Usyk. Get this. Anthony Joshua talks murder and war and promises to hurt Alexander Usyk in the rematch. Anthony Joshua looks set to revert to his brutal brawling best for the rematch against Alexander Usyk in 2022. The Brit was comprehensively outboxed by the much smaller man in an embarrassing world heavyweight title defeat at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Despite having significant advantages in height, weight, reach, and power, Joshua opted to try to trade with Usyk in the game of high-level chess, yet it played into the hands of the Ukrainian as he picked off his more cumbersome opponent with strong backhands and befundled him with dazzling footwork. The 32-year-old has instantly invoked a rematch clause for 2022 in hopes of becoming a three-time world heavyweight champion, and has scouted out potential new coaches to work alongside Rob McCracken. And it appears that the Londoner is intent on turning the fight into a scrap rather than a technical chess match. Wow. He said he's had like 400 amateur fights. He's seen people that have tried to rough him up millions of times. So to try and adapt to one style is silly, Joshua told IFL TV. But for me, I have one thing in my mind. That's war. That's murder. That's war. Let's go out there and hurt that guy. Take his soul to the point where he wants to give up. That's what boxing is about. I've learned that. You hit people constantly. Keep on applying a certain amount of pressure. Before they know it, they'll realize you aren't going anywhere and you're here to stay. With the game plan, that's all I have in my mind at the minute. That one track, stay on course, take this guy to places he doesn't want to go. And those are the words of Anthony Joshua. Let me counterpunch. I feel that Joshua, now reflecting, watching it again and again, I think the more frustrating he gets. And I think a lot of that came out in this interview. And you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. Because at least he is now unfiltering himself versus the way he used to be. Okay? The way Anthony Joshua used to be, he used to be a guy that won't say much, won't say much, won't say much, won't say much. And then someone keeps picking away at him. And then he explodes and he shows you this like fucked up result of someone that has held something in too long, you know, and it goes to show you that that's not a good sign. Speak how you feel, speak what you want to do, speak it, believe it, receive it. Okay. And speaking of speak it, believe it, receive it, he is sounding like Deontay Wilder in a sense, right? Think about it. He's thinking violence. My mind is very violent right now, right? Murder, violence, war, similarities, right? Then that's what happens when, you know, you get defeated in those, especially the way Joshua did, because he was outboxed by a guy that he shouldn't have been boxing with anyhow. Okay. Bigger guys versus smaller, more skillful guys puts me in the mind of Ike Barabucci versus Chris Bird. Two undefeated heavyweights, both very talented. Ike Barabucci, very powerful, very big, you know, doesn't have nearly the boxing power or speed as Chris Bird or the slickness, right? But it's one of those things where Ike Barabucci knew, I'm not going to box this guy. I'm going to knock him out. Like Joshua says, I'm going to hurt this guy. That's exactly what he should have in his mind. If I would recommend anything for Anthony Joshua, if he's trying to fulfill what he's talking about fulfilling, is go back and watch Ike Barabucci taking on Chris Bird. Chris Bird, slick, smaller, southpaw, fast, right? High average ring IQ. Okay, very slick and quick. Usyk, same thing, right? Slick, southpaw. Very skillful. I mean, I think Chris Bird probably has faster hands because of the way he used to shoot him out there, kind of like Winky Wright. Just let his hands go. really not a lot on them. Okay, but he's not punching with every powerful punch. He's just a lot of rapid fire, a lot of flurries that he would confuse people with. Okay, so I would recommend that for Anthony Joshua. And of course, Anthony Joshua being the taller, bigger guy, as opposed to his Nigerian brother, Ika Barabuchi, right? So he got him in there and knocked him out in 5 rounds. That's what Anthony Joshua is going to have to do, in my eyes, to see if he wants to fulfill what he's talking about. But I'll tell you this, it won't be easy. Like he said, he's had like 400 amateur fights. He's seen people that tried to rough him up millions of times. We've seen that before he fought Anthony Joshua with Derek Chisora. Halloween, about a year ago, right? We've seen that, and he weathered the storm. So Joshua has to go in there and hurt and knock him out. That's what he's going to have to do. But it's good to show and to see that he's at least speaking his mind on what he wants to do versus just telling it amongst a circle of people. Let everyone know. Anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Anthony Joshua's statements about war. That's murder and more war. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Brittany, get well, babe. Peace.